Tragedy in what was the wake of Hurricane Sandy. Dozens dead, millions without power to our east.
It was quite a scary night in some ways.
Cleaning up after the storm, volunteers working to help with recovery efforts.
And dozens in the dark here in Northwest Ohio, breaking down the local impact as we continue to track Superstorm Sandy.
Dramatic images coming into our newsroom tonight after what was Hurricane Sandy slammed the East Coast. The remnants of that storm moving into Northwest Ohio overnight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Diane Larson.
And I'm Lee Conklin. We're getting a look at the aftermath of that huge storm as we continue to track Sandy, its impact on our weather here in Northwest Ohio. Let's take a look at some of the damage across the country. At least 38 people are dead, many victims killed by falling trees, toppled by those strong winds. Hundreds of residents stranded because of flooding, and more than 8 million people are without power.
A massive fire broke out in Queens, New York, destroying as many as 100 houses. New York City is virtually cut off by air, rail, and road. And the storm system led to blizzard conditions over parts of West Virginia, shutting down highways, knocking out power to tens of thousands. One woman was killed in a crash police say was absolutely because of the storm. And scattered power outages, trees down, high waves rolling in off Lake Erie right here in our area. 13 ABC has live team coverage as we continue tracking Sandy. 13 ABC's Lisa Guyton is surveying the conditions in the eastern part of our viewing area.
Christine Long talking to residents impacted by the storm as well.
And our team of experienced meteorologists tracking the latest developments. Jeff Cornish is live in Marblehead, but we begin with Chief Meteorologist Jay Berschbeck. And Jay, more strong winds in the forecast?
Strong winds, relatively speaking, just not as strong as they have been. So the advisories, the warnings, they've been canceled. That's always a good sign when those get dropped off of the maps here. Still some rain to deal with too this evening. Live Doppler 13,000 HD does confirm we do have some rain in the area. The rain is drifting southward, and still there's that possibility for some wet snowflakes or areas of sleet tonight. Weather in motion here with our Viper system shows that swirl. Let me zoom out a little bit and you can see that center of circulation, or the center of what was Hurricane Sandy, is in Pennsylvania. So the path took it through New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Right now she's barely drifting westward, and then a sharp right turn and accelerating and moving out over the next couple of days. As far as Facebook, I want to thank all the people out there for Facebook pictures. Sandy here sent this picture from Springfield Township. This pool, she said, had about 500 gallons or pounds of water still in it, but it flipped right over. So you can see the extent of the wind. Pretty amazing when you think the power of nature can just flip that like a frisbee outside. So thankfully nobody hurt with that. And our weather story, that does call for the winds tonight to subside a little bit, but no, this is the wrong one. I love weather computers sometimes. But anyway, the breezes tonight holding steady and then falling off just a bit to about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, trick or treat. I think more tricks than treats, and then improving, calming the weather down here the next couple of days. So we'll get to all that and much more in a bit. But right now, who had the short straw today? Wasn't me. Yeah, I'm inside nice and cozy. Jeff, though, has come back from the shore here several times saying it was just amazing to feel the power of the wind. So we sent him back out there. Here's Jeff Cornish live on the coast, Lake Erie here near Marblehead. So Jeff, compared to yesterday, is it better, worse, or about the same?
Well, Jay, we were out late last night as the winds were still increasing, and at this point it's still very, very windy out here. We're dealing with occasional gusts up to around 40 miles per hour or so, but the peak of the storm, the worst of the intensity, was earlier this morning when meteorologist Ross Ellett stood at the end of this peninsula near the lighthouse and measured a wind gust of 79 miles per hour. Pretty amazing, and he's passed that along to the National Weather Service. We're still seeing occasional gusts up to around 40, 45 miles per hour at this point. This storm has been amazing. The contrast from west to east has been really dramatic. More than 5 inches of rain fell in Huron County, less than a quarter inch at the Toledo Express Airport. It's breezy in Toledo, but it's downright windy out here. There are actual surfers out off the end of this peninsula. Reporting live at the Marblehead Peninsula, meteorologist Jeff Cornish, 13 ABC Action News.
The area of most concern now is crossing I-75. Looks to be in the Bluffton area. That's where you see these areas of rotation. So we'll zoom in a little closer there near Paulding, near the Pandora area and the Bluffton area. This is I-75 right there. We have Hillville Road we have State Highway 103, and we have U.S. Route 30 there. So areas northeast of Lima and near and just south of Bluffton, we advise, even though there's no warning for the funnel clouds or possible tornadoes, we advise that you take cover right now, but you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, so that's something to consider. With our systems, we can track the size of the hail, some estimates for you as we can zoom in. Let me get rid of the lightning as well. There you go, so you can get a better idea. Core of hail here. This is just south of Hamler. There's Deschler. There's Holgate. Let me put some estimates on this. Looks like the size over 2 inches. So that's why you are being warned right now for some strong to severe weather. And there's your live update. Pretty neat how that happens on TV. Let's update the size now, down to about 2.5 inches. So that is in store to just clip the Lipsick area, the Hamler area. Get ready Hoytville, get ready Macomb. That core of hail is moving your way. Zooming out a bit down to where that those cheer markers are showing up down here over the Bluffton area. We have hail sizes perhaps a little bit smaller, inch and a half around I-75. So that storm cell does bear watching. Whenever you see the hail like that, that does mean the chance is there for some rotation. Something else we have is something called kind of the rotation. Whenever you see green near red, we are looking for what we call wind shear, and on 13 ABC, that shows up as the circles, basically, those wind shear markers. So if you imagine here, that's plus 41. We have winds going in one direction at 74 miles per hour, and right next to it, winds going in the opposite direction at 40 miles per hour, 41 miles per hour. So you figure the difference there, the two items crossing each other, the wind difference is over 100 miles per hour. So that would be your rotation, possible rotation, down there south of the Bluffton area. Back to our radar, you can see how that matches up. And it is a very well-formed thunderstorm. Tops in these storms at perhaps 30, 40,000 feet in the atmosphere as they tower up from the heat on the ground up to the cool levels up in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. So I want to track this. This is our storm again crossing I-75 down north of Lima, just south of the Findlay area. And we can track this as it moves off to the east and southeast. Looks like it'll be near Williamstown at 419, West Union at 419, Forest at 429, and Wharton at 4:32 p.m. Also up north, we have warnings for all of Hancock County and let's say the southern half of the Wood County area. Your storms are approaching in from the west. Let me loop it for 10 minutes. And you can see it's still moving along. It's still kind of zipping along. But I think Bowling Green, even though you're in the warning right now, watch the loop again. It may not even rain in Bowling Green for the next little bit here. This storm cell is dropping southeasterly. Custer's in line for the rain. Deschler's in line for the rain. Macomb getting the heavier rain now. There's Hamler, Miller City, Holgate, Napoleon, and with the wonder of live television, just as we're on TV here, we have 3 of these shear markers popping up. So looking at some possible rotation within this part of the cell, and with our hail detector, yes, there's another core of hail here. We talked about this a minute ago, but that is a good sign that there's an updraft, a possible kind of development within the storm. South of Hamler, north of Miller City, and southwest of Deschler, moving your way, Lipsick, Macomb, we have possible 1 to 2 inch hail. And good evening. It's been a bumpy go of it for about half of the area this afternoon. Live coverage of 90 minutes consistently on the air, updating things with Justin Ryan and myself. So now the severe weather just about to move on through. Here's live Doppler 13,000 HD showing, yes, still some lightning, some thunder, and some possible hail just east of Upper Sandusky. Looks like Bucyrus getting the thick of it right now as you head over toward Crawford County and north of that. So looks like the weather really winding down officially. Seneca County has a severe thunderstorm warning till 5:30. Wyandotte County until 5:15, but those warnings may be canceled here very shortly. Of course, the 5:15 warning expires in 3 minutes, but that warning for Seneca County really never materialized. Looking at some rainfall, yes, maybe a stroke of thunder there, but no big heavy weather. In Findlay, the rain is now done. Watching the clearing skies to your east, out to your west, that is, as the rain moves to your east. We have rainfall up in Bowling Green. Non-severe weather now up to the north. Beneficial rains here. I don't think it'll be enough, but more chances for rain tomorrow and again for Sunday. Get ready for some rain in Port Clinton. Also, Oak Harbor, report of a lightning strike and a big boom of thunder. So even though it's raining here, there still could be 1 or 2 strikes of lightning. And then for the metro area, for once here, it's been so long, it seems, right here in West Toledo, we can hear the rain on the rooftop. So this kind of is going to come through quickly. Back edge of rain now clearing Berkey. Blissfield's done with the rain, also near Wauseon and parts of Fulton County. So this will do it, I think, until very early tomorrow morning. This is the rain moving on through, and then you can rest easy and sleep well tonight. No additional severe weather is expected. As far as our bigger story, the bigger picture, you can see this now, Bo Echo moving through, and the watch. That watch now exists for extreme western West Virginia and extreme southeastern Ohio. I think our watch will be canceled here. It goes until 10 o'clock for Wyandotte County, Hancock County, but I wouldn't worry about that. That's expected to really be canceled shortly. A big break here on the very edge of your TV screen. Our next complex of storms are expected to arrive probably about 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So as we wake up tomorrow, maybe some showers, but not severe, at least not expected to be severe at this time. Now there's the current temperature of 83. We did manage to come close to 90 today, but with the clouds, it wasn't quite as oppressive, was it? Dew points are down as well, only 53. There's the gust of wind as the rain moved into the Toledo Express area. West winds gusting near 30 miles per hour, and it feels only like 82. It's all relative, isn't it? Yesterday, the heat index approaching 110, and now it's in the lower 80s, so a big difference. Still 90 in Lima and 88 in Findlay, although we're thinking here those two locations got hit pretty hard. We being Justin, Ryan, and myself, that the thermometers there, the systems the Weather Service runs, may have been knocked offline because of the intensity of the weather. We got reports of perhaps some semis blown off of I-75 near Findlay, so that with that west wind, that road, you know, is pretty much north and south. Well, the trucks got blown off, apparently. We'll have more on that throughout the day. Still mid to upper 80s in Tiffin. That, too, could be a little error, but the rest of us here looking at temperatures falling off thanks to the rain. Now, predictor, watching what's going to happen the next couple of days here. The first wave of rainfall moves on through, overnight dry, and here's that next complex, the leftovers of it, moving through mid-morning, early morning, gone by 9 or 10. Beyond that, some dry weather for a few hours, some partial sunshine, and with that, the chance for a few more storms to pop up here. Non-severe at this point, but still some heavier downpours. And for Sunday, chance of rain not in the morning, not at noon, but late in the day as the humidity starts to build back in. Chance of rain on Sunday, about 30%. That'll take us into very early on Monday. So your forecast then for tonight, low temperature of 70 degrees. It'll be warm and muggy. Scattered overnight storms really means after midnight, if not after sunrise tomorrow. West winds will die down eventually at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, the high 88. Slight chance of a morning shower, as we saw with predictor. A break and then scattered thunderstorms developing. West winds at 5 to 10. And here's the 7-day forecast. Upper 80s pretty much for the next week. We do drop off a little bit next Friday, but 89 tomorrow. Possibly, that is, 89 on Sunday. Chance of rain 40% tomorrow, 30% for Sunday. Upper 80s and dry Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and mid 80s on Friday. By the way, Wednesday's the 4th of July. Still looks warm and dry.